Good morning. September 1st. Honesty without compassion and understanding is not honesty, but subtle hostility. Dr. Rose N. Francois. Blah. In their attempts to rebuild self, recovering people can sometimes be cruel. Those who identify themselves as recovering adult children may be the worst offenders. This is because so much of our program requires that we get in touch with old messages and old feelings. As we look back, we often see that there was abuse in our past. We come to realize that some people have done us serious wrongs. In the name of recovery, we can be tempted to honestly upload on those who hurt us long ago. With the cleanest of consciousness, we can force them to share some reality whether they want to or not. But if our honesty is not tempered with sensitivity, we can say things that, although true, may be terribly hurtful. We can be as abusive to them as they were to us, and all in the name of recovery. Self-esteem can never be gained at someone else's expense. There may well be truths... There may well be truths that have to be shared, but it is the sharing that heals, not the person who listens. If what we must say will make it difficult, if not impossible, to improve the relationship, we need to check our motives. Cruelty doesn't redress cruelty. Okay. Wreaking revenge and recovering are opposite processes. If sharing means violating the law of love, we need to talk to someone else. If the collection process does more harm than good, the debt is better canceled. If the collection process does more harm than good, the debt is better canceled. If the collection process does more harm than good, the debt is better canceled. So before I began trying to recover from trauma and addiction and all that stuff, I did share information with people who hurt me about how they hurt me, and I did do it cruelly because the intention was not for me to heal at that point, and the intention was for me to harm them back. And I knew that. I don't know how self-aware I was of how much more damage it would do, but I knew that the intention wasn't for me to feel better, it was for me to make them feel worse. Honesty without compassion is just brutality. That sort of thing. I love that phrase. I used to be brutally honest at all times because it was satisfying. I never wanted to cancel or collect on any debts. I just wanted to disrupt other people's ability to feel good for even a second because of my inability to enjoy anything. Now, I've been in the process of healing for a while. Over a year. And I find myself canceling a lot of debts rather than collecting on them. Just because I don't have any way of saying nicely, the things that I want to say to some people. Or because I don't care. There is a part of me that's just kind of oh, well... if I can't make them feel how I felt so that they'll understand the damage they did, then what's the point? It's still all I kind of want, but I also don't want to hurt anybody else or hurt myself further by creating a sense of guilt for hurting other people, because now I feel guilt, which is great, wonderful, great. It's a thing I feel now. But yeah, so I cancel a lot of emotional debts. That doesn't help really much either, but it does keep me from compounding the situation. So, that's nice. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't help, but it doesn't hurt. And also, all of those emotional debts from years ago, who cares? I'd rather just get over things. I'd honestly rather get over things than even have those conversations, and then, oh, I'm a ghoster. I just ghost people if I can. Screw it. Start over. I don't need to continue to engage in relationships that I never found satisfying in the first place. That's a big one for me. Like, if I don't find satisfaction in the relationship, the closer I get to financial and personal independence, like, I can form new relationships. It's a good thing there are billions of people on this planet. If the collection process does more harm than good, the debt is better canceled. Yeah. Back to work. Gotta go get this baby up. Have a good morning.